Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. We're so happy to be here, another episode. If you're the first time joining us, my name's Bryn, here with Gary and James, and we're Utah fans, talking about Utah football.
And other stuff.
And other stuff too, college football. But we're so happy to have you.
And other stuff.
And that's true, and other stuff, random, who knows what. We do want to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. Please look him up at thomasortho.com. And you're running out of time if you want to take advantage of his promo. You have till August 1st where you can get $500 off any treatment. So you've only got a couple weeks left to do that. So make sure you look him up. And when you mention the podcast, you get that $500 off and you get entered to win a $200 Red Zone gift card. So make sure you're doing that now. Make sure you're following us on all of our socials. Get subscribed. You know, interact with us, all that stuff. I do need to address something really fast.
Oh, address it.
Because I got called out on social media for good reason. Our last episode, we had to give our compliments to all the other Pac12 schools.
Yeah, that was painful, actually.
It was really painful, but I made a faux pas. I said that Colorado had won the Pac12 before us, and I was wrong. Mm-hmm. They won the South before us.
True. Colorado's never won the Pac12.
See, we come clean.
They've never, and I misspoke. I meant the South. They've never won the Pac-12. We for sure won the Pac-12 before they have. It still bugs me that they won the South before us, though. But I misspoke. So thank you for pointing that out to me. There was a couple people that pointed that out.
Real fast. This is recorded, right? She
Yeah.
just admitted it wrong. I've never in my life.
Hey, neither of you corrected me when I said it.
I knew it was wrong, but I didn't want to say anything.
I don't listen to you, so I wasn't paying
Sure.
attention.
I knew it was
so
wrong.
I was just letting her rant and just over here in my head.
I apologize.
Well done.
If you're listening, though, let's go.
I've
Look,
never
if you're
said
listening,
anything wrong.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Come on, you need to subscribe and then go to our social sites.
You got to counteract some of the haters.
All right. We're taking a poll real fast. Should this be Gary's permanent persona? Sunglasses, yes. Sunglasses, no. I think yes. I think night games, yes. I think at Huntsman, when it's a basketball game, you're wearing those. You know,
So this goes out to Wild Ute. I think it's Wild Ute on Twitter.
I think you should do it.
He likes the shades. Now, if you've seen any of my shorts or reels, I've had shades on.
This is it.
You have had them on every time you've recorded one. Was that purposeful?
Not at the start, but now
But now
it is. I think so. Here's a backstory, though. We're actually in a room with my shades on.
Yeah.
So when I was living in Oakland many years ago, went to the barber we used to go to, and he was always wearing shades
That's pretty cool, though.
inside.
Yeah. It takes
Now
a
that's
really confident man.
Okay, but then I said, hey, why are you wearing sunglasses inside? And he goes, when you're cool, the sun shines all the time.
That guy sounds amazing.
Okay, he was cool.
He sounds
and there you
cool.
go. So all you cool people, you can wear shades inside because that's the reason.
Wow.
So yeah, I'll probably keep them going.
All right, that's it. That's the new
Just
thing.
going to wear them
Yeah.
all the time.
But you got to wear these at the same time, though, sometimes. So
Yeah, what
that's
happens
going to
when
be,
you-
that's
gonna
the
be the look.
downside.
What happens when you have to read your papers?
Okay. I'm all in for it.
Okay, but there you go.
Oh, that's
All right, we're going to make a poll, though. And you have to abide by the poll
I'll be
results.
wearing them, man.
Okay.
He's going to wear them.
No, I mean like all the time.
It's his new thing now.
Okay. Where are we at?
Where are we starting?
We're
okay, here's something.
7 weeks away.
Here's
That's the biggest
That's
news here.
exciting.
And
It's
less
coming
than.
fast.
Yeah.
It's coming fast. I'm excited. Maybe you saw this on Twitter. I think it was on Twitter. We were making comments. One of us, I can't remember who it was. And the guy, I'm not going to name names, but made the comment that we should, because we were talking about the Florida game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he said, well, he thinks that we shouldn't worry so much about other teams, that we should play our rival more and not worry about teams like Florida and that. We should be focusing on our so-called in-state rival.
Utah State?
Yeah, Utah State.
Okay.
Weber?
Colorado?
I thought it was insane, man.
No, that's insane.
Bag the
SEC?
so-called
No.
bag the in-state stuff. Give me Florida
Give me Michigan.
every year. Give me anybody in the SEC. I don't,
Anybody. Anybody.
I mean, I don't understand that.
No, I don't
personally.
understand that either. I get like wanting to play, that's fine. But when you get the opportunity to play Florida, or when we did the same thing with Michigan, if you gave me the opportunity to play Penn State instead, yeah, sign me up for that.
Maybe that school that shall not be named, they're going to maybe get their own identity in the next couple years, and they'll leave this whole little thing alone because it's stupid.
This was a Ute.
Oh.
This was a Ute that was more worried about our in-state stuff
Oh, no.
than teams like Florida. I thought,
It's Florida.
Come on, man.
You got to bring the Gators to Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Just every year, I'd like this year. Every year give me Florida or somebody SEC.
And we've talked about
Baylor.
it. This is Florida's first time
Okay.
playing.
It's cool.
West of
like,
the Mississippi, and their history
Right.
since like 1944 or something.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? That's so cool.
It is cool.
Okay.
Didn't
No,
like it.
No,
Okay,
No.
Okay, so you're wrong. Keep going. Here we go.
No.
The other thing, it was I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram, or, so much stuff. But the guy I think he was trying to compliment us. He made the poll of what podcasts, and
yeah.
he was talking about us. He goes, we shoot from the hip a lot, which most of the time is good.
That's all I do. I
Most of the
don't
time.
prep for this at all.
Most of the time, I think
100%.
it's good all the time.
Full disclosure, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen today because it's just from the hip, baby.
It's from the
It
hip.
just shows up here.
I just show
Fans
up.
talking.
Looking
No,
pretty.
no preparation whatsoever.
Just a wealth of knowledge
No, that's not true.
and sarcasm.
You guys think there's more prep than you think.
Yes,
you
there
think
is.
about stuff, but we just
make it look so effortless.
But that's the same guy that called Bryn out too for messing up the Colorado.
Is it?
Yes.
was it?
I appreciated that because I was wrong.
Yeah, well, we corrected it. Okay. Let's do this. Just start this off. This is recent. I think it was just today from Josh Pate. He gave some bold predictions.
Bold.
Now, when he talks about bold predictions, let me give you an example. If you were to say, for instance, Ohio State, or let me change it up. If Alabama is going to play Vanderbilt, and you say Alabama is going to slaughter Vanderbilt, no, back that up. That Alabama was going to slaughter Vanderbilt. That is not a bold prediction.
No.
So that's like a 0.
Okay.
So if you, for instance, one of his bold predictions, which we won't listen to, it was, would it be TCU and Georgia back into the final, back-to-back years?
Oh.
Someone said, as they're predicting that. And he was saying, well, yeah, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah, that's
okay,
really
so the
bold.
higher, he gave it a 10 because it's so out there.
TCU's not making the
So the
playoffs.
higher the number doesn't mean that the odds are that it's going to happen. It's actually showing that odds are
That's
it's
out
not
there.
going to happen.
Yeah, it's an
Okay.
out
So
there.
you got to keep
prediction.
that in mind when you listen to what he's saying. So this is Josh Pate.
Bold prediction time. What are you thinking about this year? What are you predicting this year? Do you guys actually believe some of this stuff? Because I'm telling you, we've got our first 10 on the bold prediction 1 to 10 scale tonight, and I got 2 more of them rated 9 or higher.
Wow.
I'm not calling you a liar, but I am at the very least questioning whether you guys believe this. Okay, first bold prediction. Florida beats Utah again. This is acceptable. All right, they're going to play in Salt Lake City. It is a Thursday night game in week 1. Florida is a 9.5-point underdog right now. Last year, this was a classic down
the
in
over.
Gainesville. Looked
Brendan.
like Utah had it, and then they didn't, because that's how college football works.
I'm
And
still
Utah loses 29-26.
Yeah.
Cam Rising, who on one hand, produces this show, but in a much more real sense, is the starting quarterback for Utah. You guys want to know what producer Jesse looks like. You want to know if he's real or not. You don't
like Cam?
need to have a picture of him. Just look at Cam Rising's picture. Indistinguishable. Identical twins, Cam Rising and producer Jesse. So Cam Rising, health-wise, is he going to be good to go in week 1? Because that'll go a long way in deciding this one. And then Graham Mertz, we don't think there's any injury concern with him. I just have no clue what caliber quarterback he's going to be. What should I expect? I expect Florida to have a really, really good ground game, and they need it. Because if they're going to duplicate last year's result, if they're pulling the upset here, it sure would help to have 283 on the ground. A lot of that was Anthony Richardson last year. You get me the yards however you get them. You're popping off about 6 or 7 yards per carry against Utah on the road. You've quieted a crowd, and you've given yourself a shot to win it in the fourth quarter. However, because of the 9.5-point spread on this game, Florida beating Utah is an 8. Yeah, just an 8. I'm not going to go 8.25. It's an 8 on the boldness scale.
Okay.
I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world. And one of our Florida viewers sent me a very long email the other day. Early July. It's why I love you guys. Where he spelled out all the reasons Florida's going to win this game.
Brendan, was that you?
I guarantee that's Brendan.
Was that you?
Brendan, please.
Brendan, you got it.
That was you.
DM us, email us. I guarantee that was
I hope
Brendan.
it was. Your emails are my favorite thing to get.
If it wasn't you, then there's another one of you out there.
So those who don't know, Brendan is our Florida SEC friend.
Expert.
Expert that sends us all sorts of data correcting us or trying to correct us.
Here's what Brendan will do. I'll say something stupid, and somebody on Twitter will be like, "You're an idiot," and then Brendan will put data points together to prove why I'm an idiot. And it's like a 7-page email of why I'm an idiot. So he gets the award for most
I
impressive.
hope that was you that emailed it.
It wouldn't surprise
that's so
me.
I
funny.
hope it is. That's fantastic.
That's funny. I had to laugh. It has to be, man.
Okay, but on a
Interesting.
But the
more
other stuff.
impressive note, Utah is a 9.5-point favorite.
That's wild.
Over the University of Florida. Utah is a 9.5-point favorite over Florida.
It's July. We get that. It's middle of July right now, but that's
amazing.
Bold prediction. It's a bold prediction to say they're going to say
Say
Florida's going to
gonna
win. Yeah, it's absolutely they can come and do it, but
no question.
Utah's favored.
I'm just like what he said. The unknown of their quarterback is just who knows, and so that's going to be really gosh, dang it, still 6.5 weeks away.
Okay, let's tell me what you think about this. Okay, and he referred to it. Is that so? Cam Rising was on the radio the other day, and he says he's on schedule to start. Okay,
Yeah.
but I think here's the realism. Still, even if he starts, he's not going to be running,
Correct,
like he used to.
Right.
And the fact of the matter is, he made tons of huge plays at critical times because of his running ability. Yeah. I mean, we won a lot of games because he had the ability to run at times and just make massive plays. At least for a while, that's probably not going to be a part of it. So what it's going to come down to is he going to be able to, two things. Can he stand in the pocket and deliver the ball? And our running game is going to have to be good.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. So I predict he starts. He'll be back. But the full Cam that we're used to, all those runs, that's going to be different. That's a factor.
I mean, most notably, when I think think about the USC game the first time last year, the 2-point conversion, the play breaks down.
It was all Cam.
And he then makes a move and runs into the end zone. So yeah, you're exactly right. I still think that he'll have a level of mobility. He's going to have to. But yeah, can he sit back there, and then can we take some of the pressure off of him with our running game? I think our running game is going to be improved this year over last year, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, I think you're exactly right.
Got any on that?
Interesting.
There's actually
No,
video.
I mean, we'll talk so much about Florida as it gets closer, but that's an interesting thought.
There's a video of Cam throwing. I don't know if you've seen it. He's
I
at
did
a camp. He's throwing the ball, and he's got a massive brace on.
Yeah, I mean,
You're going to have it. I don't know if you've never played sports before, maybe you don't know, but yeah, he's going to have a brace. But the fact that he's out throwing the ball around, and
he'll likely have a brace.
He'll have a brace during the
whole
game.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's 100% healthy,
He'll still wear it.
he'll very likely still have a brace on his knee, just precautionary. Yeah. So, Get used to seeing it.
All right. The Bible of college football.
He doesn't know what he's talking
Phil
about.
Steele.
Phil Steele.
Just because Phil says it. That's Twitter these days.
I am Twitter.
So
Who's Phil Steele? I've never heard of him.
where's my
My
glasses? I can't
grandpa
even
put
see.
together an algorithm
They're
that
under your
says
papers, your stack of papers. Yeah,
can't
you need your glasses. That is very small.
I'm not gonna wear these. I'm gonna tough it out. Okay, so Phil
Small
Steele.
print.
There's a lot of projections. Okay, but he gives his power rankings, his prediction for the year 2023. His power rankings, and he has
Georgia won.
Ooh,
Georgia,
bold
That's
prediction.
a 10. That's a 10.
Okay, but here it's interesting because he has Georgia, Ohio State
Is Ohio State 2?
as his power rankings, Michigan, Alabama, Penn State,
Alabama.
Penn State.
Clemson, Florida State,
Don't like
Texas, USC at 9, Utah at 10,
Oh,
Wait,
Oregon is at 15,
Okay.
Washington at 17, Oregon State is 19, UCLA at 24. So Utah at 10
Wow. So one behind.
in his power rankings.
Let me see this.
wow. But he has Ohio State second and Michigan third and
Now,
Alabama
he has
fourth.
other polls and other rankings for different reasons, but if you just, look it up yourself. But as far as his power rankings go, he's putting Utah
Interesting.
at
Wow.
at 10
I think that's
there.
right. I think that's right. Coming off of back-to-back championship years, and your starting quarterback is returning.
We're returning a ton of dudes.
We haven't changed our offensive coordinator, our defensive coordinator. We haven't changed our head coach. Our quarterback is coming back. Our defense, everything's lining up to be better. It makes sense. Now, the elevation of the conference, that's where I think it's going to be tricky. But yeah, Utah at 10, absolutely.
Interesting.
Conference, he ranked conferences. I was talking to you the other day.
Yeah, you did your short on it.
Oh, yeah, I did a short on it. If you haven't seen it, look it up. But
Cool Gary did his short on it.
Cool Gary.
That's the
That's his new
it's
nickname.
like Prison Mike, but he's Cool Gary.
all right.
Just the sunglass emoji. That's just what he is.
So
I'm tweeting
Phil
that right
Steele, he ranked the conferences this year. 2023 power conference. No,
Yeah.
the way he did it, it was the strongest conferences in 2023. And number 1, SEC. Okay. Number 2, Big Ten.
Yeah.
Absolutely no argument with that. It's the way it is. Number 3, Pac-12.
I have no argument with that.
I think, what was it? Number 4 was the ACC.
now. ACC 4, Big
Big 12
12,
is
5.
fifth.
5. So I just think this is a big year for the Pac-12.
Well, yeah.
They're going to be good.
When almost every list ranking quarterbacks comes out and there's 4 or 5 guys from the Pac-12 out of the top 10 quarterbacks for the year, I'd say you got to rank the Pac-12 high.
A lot of talent.
Yeah.
What did you go back and do?
Okay, so
Go.
Pac-12 Media Day is coming
Yeah,
up.
yeah. When is that? Friday?
Friday the 21st. So in the next few days, the Pac-12 preseason media poll is going to come out. So it's like 30 to 35 members of the media that cover the Pac-12. That's who gets to vote in those. So that's going to come out in the next few days. No one is going to be shocked that, of course, USC is going to be voted number 1.
No.
Yes, they are.
No, I'm saying no one's going to be shocked.
No,
by
no,
it.
Oh, yeah.
they should be.
No,
should
no
be.
one's going to be shocked.
They should be.
So I was curious, though.
They should be.
But should they be?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, should they be?
I was curious. I wanted to know. So I went back in the Pac-12 era. Since the Pac-12 started, I wanted to see who the preseason media picked to win and how
Okay.
many times they got it right.
I like this.
Okay, so here we
Hold
go.
on. I'm going to say, how many were there? 12?
Yes.
Okay.
So say this again.
Okay,
What did
so,
you do?
So she's saying
What
okay,
they picked?
Yeah,
picked
12.
this team and who actually won it. So the media,
So
who
the
are
media picked-
experts.
Oh, this is the media picks.
This
yeah.
is the Pac-12 media, so it's like 35 people
Out of 12, I'm going to say 3.
that they got it right,
got it right, 3.
at preseason to who won it.
I flipped her off. I was holding this.
3?
3.
You think
I was
3
holding
out
the
of
thing.
12? How
3
many
out of
do you
12.
think out of 12 that they got right?
They probably got
3.
like 2 right.
Yeah, I'm going low.
Okay. Here we go. So starting 2011, they picked Oregon to win. And Oregon did win. Now, let me preface this because I know all you USC fans are going to say, well, we should have been in the championship.
Oh, but you weren't.
Well, no, they did win the South technically, but because you broke a bunch of rules in the early 2000s, you couldn't qualify.
That's the rules.
So it was UCLA against Oregon that
Oregon
year
won.
in
That
the
is a-
championship, and Oregon won.
Jeez,
So there's
that was 12 years ago.
so there's one that they got
Okay,
right.
there's one.
2012, they picked USC to win. Stanford won.
Wow.
2013, they picked Oregon to win. Stanford won. There's Stanford's back-to-backs. 2014.
I miss Stanford being good.
I know. It's been a while. Well, it's been since, then. 2014, they picked Oregon to win. Oregon won. So there you go. You're at 2.
All right.
2015, they picked USC. Stanford won. So Stanford, you won 3.
People forget how
Out
good
of 4
Stanford
years.
was, by the way.
Wow. Stanford took all of USC's trophies.
Right.
They were good.
You do forget that Stanford was this good.
Oh, they were
because
great.
They've,
They were a good team.
Well, that
they've
was the
fallen
Andrew
so
Luck
far.
era. Yeah, they have.
They've fallen so far, but man, they were beating everyone.
They won 3 out of 4 of the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, where were we? 2016. They picked Stanford to win. Washington won that year. 2017, they picked USC, and USC won. So you're at 3.
3 so far. Okay, here we go.
2018, they picked Washington to win, and Washington won. That was against Utah.
That was
you
the
guys are both wrong.
That was a painful.
There's
championship
4.
game.
That was painful. 2019, they picked Utah, and Oregon won.
Yuck.
That hurts too. All right, 2020.
Doesn't count. It's COVID.
I know. It's like 20.
Doesn't count.
You know,
Skip it.
because they picked Oregon, but Oregon won. But Oregon, you shouldn't have been there.
Oregon was
so
even. They didn't even
Yeah,
qualify.
that's a-
Doesn't. It's
nothing.
a wash. Doesn't
So,
count.
okay, we're just-
Cross
Cut
it
it.
out.
cutting that
I
one.
mean those games were irrelevant.
That year,
Okay, 2021, they picked Oregon to win, and who won?
Me.
that's right.
Utah. Woo woo. 2022, they picked Utah, and who won?
Of course.
Utah.
So they
Okay.
got 5 out,
Five.
five.
That's way more than I
out of
expected.
11.
5 out of
12.
11 because we're not counting 2020.
Okay, that's more than
It's
I
better than I
expected.
thought, but
Okay, but
that
here's
proves to you, though.
These experts.
right. So 5 out of 12 or 5 out of 11, so a little less than 50%.
Okay.
So they're gonna pick USC. USC is gonna be ranked number 1 when the preseason
And
polls
rightfully so.
come out. And yeah, however, looking through this, USC has not been dominant in the Pac-12 era. Their dominance now.
all.
You look before this, they won 6 years in a row in the Pac-10. And that was the era of when they won their national championships back to back,
Yeah, but that
2003,
was-
2004. But that's 20 years
I
ago.
was gonna say that was 15 to 20 years ago.
So,
I wasn't even born.
wow, you look really old for your age then.
It's true.
I don't know. It's just interesting because the way everyone
Kisses up
loves on USC, and I get it, but it's been 20 years
Wow.
since you've been that dominant. But they still get all the love.
to him. How many times has USC won the Pac-12?
Just once.
What year was that?
2017.
Wow. So it's 5 years since they won it.
Right. It's just interesting. It's interesting because
Oh,
they
I
were
remember that team.
they
They were
were
good.
I
so
think Oregon's won it more than anybody in the.
Well,
Stanford,
Stanford's
Stanford's
got
won
3.
it 3 times.
Oregon's
and
got
Oregon is 3. So Stanford
Well-
and Oregon are tied.
Oregon's 3 asterisk.
No. Oregon is 3.
So they may have had.
Because 2011, 2014, and 2019.
So they have.
So they do have
They could
3,
have 3.
and Stanford has 3, but USC only has 1. And I get it. Okay, USC, yeah, you were dealing with your sanctions and all your stuff at the beginning of the Pac-12, but you've still had,
You still hired Clay Helton.
yeah, you've had a lot
So-
of years, and you have not dominated the Pac-12 like the media and everyone would have you believe. It's interesting.
It is.
Don't come
let me
at me.
see
That's
this-
all
let me see this
facts.
list.
But
Let me
the
see
thing,
this
the
list.
point of the
That's
point
all
is,
facts. I wrote it down like Gary does.
yeah,
Well, it's
people
on
made
paper.
fun of me on
Your paper.
It's on paper.
Okay, but here's the thing that really stands out to me. UCLA, Arizona State, Washington State, Cal. I mean, not on the Colorado.
They've never won.
They've never won it. I mean, most of those teams haven't even been to the championship game, much less won it.
And look, you can go back if you are looking at Pac-10 and all that stuff. I didn't
care
go that
about
far
that.
back. I didn't
Just
want to go
12
that far
years.
back, but I wanted just
it's over a decade,
Pac-12
man.
era. So
Wow.
it's interesting.
That's cool.
That is interesting. So
we'll see.
okay, they're gonna make some decisions or some choices, but hey, they're less than 50% accurate. It's impossible.
It's gonna
There's too
go-
many factors.
If I'm making a prediction, it's going to go USC 1,
Yeah.
Oregon 2, Utah 3. That's what I think it's going to
Well,
be.
I was going to say Washington too.
No,
No.
I think that
That's what all the national media is doing.
Yeah, but I
they're
just
all
think-
putting Washington second.
I think they're going to give a lot of respect to Oregon, and rightfully so. I just think that's going to be the order. And we've talked about this before. Any of those top 4 teams are interchangeable on polls. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
We'll talk about it afterwards. So
Yeah, we'll have a lot to say about Media
Day
Day.
is in a week, and
Days.
we'll have to come back and talk about it. But
We'll tell you what's real and what's true.
All right, here. So I put out that short on the Pac-12 Media deal. What I think. I'm interested in what you guys think about that. Reality is we don't know anything right now. But I'll just sort of reiterate what I said is that there's been radio silence when it comes to the schools and the league.
For a long time.
Not much being said, and to me that I don't know is an indication something's going on.
Do you think it's a good thing that there's been
I
radio
think it's
silence?
a good thing.
I agree.
I guess let me say this. First of all, I think we're going to get a good deal. Something good is going to come out of it. I think it's going to be positive. As I said, it's not going to be SEC Big Ten.
money.
No, it's not that, but
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a good deal. That I'm optimistic about it. Now, just from the Utah perspective, presidents of the universities have a lot of influence in this stuff.
Oh, huge.
Okay, so the Utah's president, Taylor Randall, was the dean of the School of Business. Before that, he had been a professor of accounting in the School of Business. So the guy knows business, and if you know anything about him, he's very savvy with that.
Yeah.
So his involvement in this, I can't help believe, but it'll be a major influence. I just think, maybe I'm optimistic, but I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised when all is said and done. That's just my feeling that I get with it all.
I am with you. I think it's going to be a good deal. What that means, I don't know. I think it's going to be good for the conference. It is concerning to see all the stuff going on with ESPN, especially just kind of the downfall of ESPN. And
Yeah.
there's even more. Like, they did all their layoffs a couple weeks. I mean, they've been doing
There's more coming.
layoffs. They've been doing layoffs
Not
for
layoffs, other stuff.
months. And you're now hearing like,
They're trying to dump some of the stock and equity. And,
right, and like cutting ties with Disney, possibly things like this. And so ESPN's in a very precarious spot where it's just very unknown, and it is kind of sad for me to see because I thought ESPN was just the glory days of it were so cool. But even if the Pac-12 does do a deal with ESPN, I would hope that it's going to elevate both of us. I don't know.
I think it's going to be good, and it probably will be the standard platforms, the major channels, ESPN, to some degree, Fox. I don't know, but I honestly think there's going to be. Let's look at it. The wave of the future is like Amazon, Apple, streaming platforms. I think even other schools want to get in on that. I think that's going to be a major part of it somehow. I don't know how exactly.
Well, it will be because
It's going to be involved in it.
what's his name? How do you say his name?
Kliavkoff.
Kliavkoff. He was a bigwig at Hulu.
Yeah.
So
streaming.
he has a lot of experience streaming. So I do think there's going to be a streaming element.
I hope so.
No matter what.
I hope so. You look at what MLS, Major League Soccer, they have a deal with Apple TV.
Yeah.
That's how you watch their games. And I hope that that's the case. I think that would be fantastic because it's
Wave of the future.
Exactly. You'd be setting the tone and the precedent. You'd be the first one in on that level. I still think that there's going to be a level of exactly what you said. ESPN, Fox Sports, whatever that looks like. But yeah, a deal's going to get done. It's going to be in the world of the Big 12, and bring me
Life's
Amazon.
going to be better.
Bring me Amazon Prime. Give me Prime does an incredible job when they do the NFL games on Thursday night. They do a great job. Give me that for the Pac-12. That'd be amazing. I log into my Prime and watch it. Yep, awesome. Let's
It
do
won't
it.
surprise me if
No. I think
Pac-12 is better
than
than the
Big
12.
Oh, look what you just did. You just opened up.
Can I just say this?
You opened up the haters.
The trash talk
Okay,
on
I don't care about some disagreement. Just the irrational guys.
I know. Big
Conference
12. What the
I'm not
heck?
trashing them. I'm just thinking.
because every single deal that gets done, it's their deal was for $8 million. A couple years go by and our deal is for $12 million. That's just how it works.
I don't. It's weird. It's weird.
This like our
This
conference is
competition.
better than your conference.
Well, we just
Shut
quoted
up.
Power Strong.
Okay, on the field, yeah, but our media deal is better than yours. Okay, shut up. Who gives a crap? Because
Well, it matters.
does that money? Okay. I'm gonna throw a
That's
random
how-
school.
Oh, look what happened.
No.
I riled him up.
I'm gonna throw a random school. This is just Kansas State fans. Nothing against you.
What are we
personally.
doing?
I'm just throwing a random
don't-
school.
Don't
Just randomly.
Okay.
Okay. Random Big 12 school. Let's say that your media deal is $1 million more than than Pac-12's. Does that money go into your pocket? Random school fan? No, it doesn't affect your life whatsoever.
Hey, they get more money.
get more money. The
get
school
more
gets
revenue
more
to the
money.
league. Gets more money to the schools.
Does it? Okay, as a fan, do you?
No, but it's that it helps recruiting
Does
facilities.
it though? If you're still
Yes.
ranked 5th on the list,
Oh my gosh.
does it? I just think
Yes,
that
it does. The money matters. Look what Utah's
Money
been able to
matters.
do with Pac-12
I
money.
understand that, but you're missing the point.
Probably.
You're missing the point.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, move on. No more
I
Big
care,
12.
I care about what the teams on the field are going to do.
Yeah.
I understand money is king. Fine, I understand. The Pac-12 is going to get a fine deal with plenty of zeros behind it, and you're going to be able to see their games. Okay?
Yeah. I'm
There you
tired of
go.
being patient, though. I really am.
But here's the thing. We
It's gonna
had
be okay.
we had a year.
Gonna be okay.
We had plenty of time. So when they started doing these negotiations and everyone was freaking out, it
That's
wasn't
true.
There was no like this has to be done by July 15th. No, we actually have until next year's to get this done.
They have been, a lot of people have been saying the deadline's got to be the media day. I mean, maybe they say something, but maybe not. But
why?
There isn't. Yeah,
but I
there's
don't
no
know all the
deadline.
details, but I've read or heard. I can't remember now what it was. But with what's already been said, with the changing landscape with ESPN and so forth, there's some different angles that may come into play that would benefit the Pac-12 to wait.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had the details. I know that's vague, but there's a lot of parts moving, so we don't have to panic.
You're right. ESPN's they need to steady their own ship.
So let me ask you this:
it's
you brought
scary.
it up on Twitter, or was it you? No, it was you. You with one of your reels about ESPN is garbage now.
Oh,
Yeah.
they are. You're firing your best people.
Because they make the most money. Look who they fired.
I know.
Because they needed to save money. Because the
It's
revenue
because the
But
the
then
channel's
you-
gone to trash.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Okay, you've
Yes.
lost viewership. People don't
That's
want to
why.
watch your channel anymore. So then you're getting rid of the people who actually are the best reporters.
But are they?
the people
I
they
like-
fired.
Yeah. I like what's it, Pollock on game day?
Pollock they
Pollock,
fired.
yeah,
They got
I
rid of
liked
Steve
him.
Young from the NFL. They got rid of a lot of name brand people that it's
Okay.
like they were making
Susie, they got rid of Susie.
Culver.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they got rid of some of the big names. I get that they're the ones that make the money, but
But they're
And-
also the ones that bring the viewers in.
they're the ones that bring the viewers. They've gotten rid of the low levels also.
Can we get rid of Booger McFarlane though? Can we do that, please?
Okay, for whatever the reason, the point is
It's not,
not
the
just that
same.
they're getting rid of the people.
I know, ESPN's
What I am trying to say is, okay, here's my experience. The only time I ever watch ESPN is if there's a football game that I want to watch.
Yeah.
Okay? A live game, so sometimes I'll listen to the pregame and maybe the postgame, stuff like that. Maybe when they do college preview or NFL, that kind of stuff. NHL stuff. But I do not watch any of their personalities, their talk shows.
No.
I'm not interested in what they emphasize, what they talk about. I'm not talking politics here, but they've entered the political arena. I don't like politics and sports. I just want sports. I don't need an agenda. And the bottom line is there is an agenda over there.
Oh, no question.
And so I don't watch any of these people because there's thousands of other platforms I can go listen to and watch that are as smart or smarter than those people.
Well, that's my point is like, you used to go home and watch SportsCenter.
That's how I started my day.
I loved watching SportsCenter. Every night you'd watch SportsCenter. And I get that now it's a totally different animal with social media, streaming, but ESPN has not adapted to that at all. They've tried to like keep it, but then they've focused on so many other things besides sports. And they've lost it. Look at their companies failing. They've lost the viewer.
Well, and the people that they've hired, if you go onto SportsCenter, I don't know who they are. And then you're going, this is who they've decided to hire?
Isn't Van Pelt
Van
on
Pelt's
there?
still there. But yeah, I would start my day.
Not anymore, man.
Not anymore. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched sports. And you're
done with them.
The only time I ever turn on ESPN is I go, oh, there's a game on today I want to watch on ESPN. The second the game's over, it's off.
It's too bad.
I'll go into Joel Klatt any day. Instead.
Yes, I just go to my own guys.
Yeah. And I think but you're right. That's how everybody is doing, and they have failed to pivot.
Yeah, they're not.
They haven't
I think they're
adapted.
going to try.
Yeah, but
it is going to happen. Not with the overseers of Disney and ESPN pretty much telling the personalities kind of where they can go so it's filtered through a certain vision that they want promoted.
It's
well, I don't want to hear that kind of stuff, so I'll go to people who are unfiltered.
I want to
come from every angle.
Let's talk
talk about sports.
Just give me some sports. I don't need this other stuff.
I just want to know.
Give me sports.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's pivot. Is it okay, Bryn?
Oh.
We're gonna pivot to Fox Sports and cow turd. Did you watch that?
Oh yeah.
Explain it.
I don't know what she's.
Did you not see this?
Someone
I saw
on our,
It's on Facebook.
Who put it on our? We need to shout out who put it on our Facebook. JD Thompson. He posted this video of cow turd on our
Calling
Facebook.
cow turd.
Just play it, and then we're.
Well,
gonna...
I don't have the whole thing. It's long.
Oh,
I don't have it queued up.
Okay. Then you just want me to explain it. Okay. He's talking about Caleb, of course. And he's saying that Caleb Williams, there's only been like 3 dudes in Colin Cowherd's entire career that he felt like were better than all the dudes in the NFL while they're still in college. Who did he name? He said Mahomes.
He never even talked about Mahomes when Mahomes was in college.
Was it Luck or was it Manning?
Luck.
And now Caleb Williams. He's saying that he thinks Caleb Williams is better than everyone who's in the NFL right now. But
75%.
75%. Okay. The worst take.
Okay, this is the point of it.
That I've ever heard from anyone, and this is how you know that Colin Cowherd is the biggest USC homer that there is he said that Caleb Williams is not narcissistic. He's like, he's just really good quarterback. He's not narcissistic or egotistical at all. Utah fans.
Yeah, he said and I think this is the direct quote at the kind of toward the end. He's confident but not narcissistic. Bullcrap.
We literally watched the dude's head get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger last year. Perfect example. The beginning of the season when Caleb painted his fingernails. It was all for like good causes,
suicide prevention,
raise awareness for all of these things, which are awesome. By the end of the season, what was it? F UCLA, F Utah. That's what was on his fingernails. We also saw after the season, all of his comments were, well, if I hadn't been injured, we would have won that game.
But that's confidence.
Oh, that's just confidence. That's not ego. Cow turd. My gosh. That's the worst take. You can't argue that Caleb's not talented. You can't argue
that's not what we're saying.
You cannot argue that. But to say the dude doesn't have a giant ego, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. Worst take I've ever heard.
He made the comment that he ran into Caleb somewhere.
And he was at the food kitchen. That's what it was.
And Caleb comes up. Yeah, when he was walking the runway and Cowherd was on the front row. No, he came wherever it was.
Wherever you ran into him.
Williams came up to Cowherd and said, "I'm not as good as you think I am."
He didn't say that. That is the most made up story in the history of made up stories. That did not happen. Who walks up to someone and goes, "I'm not as good as you think that I am"? Bull crap.
He said Baker Mayfield will never say that. What's that loser that played for Oklahoma? Was it Oklahoma? Manziel.
Oh, no. He was A&M.
A&M.
Johnny
Okay.
Football?
Yeah, Johnny Football was never that way.
It didn't happen, so it doesn't
Kyler
matter.
Murray would never be that.
You can make up whatever story you want there, cow turd, but it didn't happen.
It's just
Here's a question, though. I do have this. This is a legitimate question. If Caleb Williams was not playing at USC and didn't have every wide receiver is like a 5-star. I mean, USC is notorious for having massive wide receiver talent. They always have been. If Caleb Williams is playing at a Big 12 school, sorry, I'm going to knock the Big 12. If Caleb Williams is playing at any other school, does he have the same success?
How about you say at Utah?
Okay.
Look,
if
no.
Caleb Williams plays at Utah, does he win the Heisman?
Different system.
No, but look, he's an incredible quarterback. I took Bryn's advice and I went back and rewatched both USC games. Not at work.
Never.
Busted.
My boss was next to me watching it with me, so it's fine. Both games. Caleb Williams is unbelievably
But
talented.
some of those throws, it's the receivers.
Some of those throws, the receivers are freaking just wide open. But he made some throws that you just go, okay,
yeah, I
I'm not
guess.
going to sit here and pretend that he's not the best quarterback in college football. But to come out, oh yeah, by a mile actually. Okay, maybe not a mile, but to sit here and be like, he's the most humble young man I've ever heard. Give me a.
The dude's already Cowherd. The dude is already saying which NFL team he wants to be on.
He's gonna pull the. I don't want to go to that team.
Yeah, he has
Bull
such
crap.
an ego.
Have fun in Houston. I was just there. It's hell. So have fun in Houston.
So he's saying, okay, so there's the college thing he's talking about. Yeah, he is fantastic. He could win.
You could win the Heisman again.
Possibly win the Heisman again. Now he's egotistical. Come on, cow turd.
Right.
What's wrong with being?
Well, being
acknowledging-
confident. There's a difference.
Okay,
There's
but
a difference.
Okay, but if I'm that freaking good, and I've got NIL money of probably like $4 million, yeah, I'm gonna be a pretty arrogant prick too.
You don't have to be,
you don't
though.
be.
You don't have to. You don't have to put F Utah on
No,
your
I'm not gonna do
fingernails.
that. But I'm not gonna go up. I'm gonna be pretty.
But there's a
No,
difference.
man, there's a
there's a
difference,
difference between confident in what you are and what you have and being a prick, an egotistical, narcissistic prick.
Can I finish my point?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Why do we do this to ourselves though? Why do we do this? It's her every time.
I know it.
I'm
We're
like
drawn into this every freaking
I'm sweating.
time.
You don't feel this way about it?
No, I do.
Should we just bag the rest of it?
I just talked
No,
about it.
say what you were going to say.
You know what
and
I
then
was
we-
going to
and then
say?
we're
There's two
moving
parts
on.
of it. He was talking about the college and the ego and all that stuff. And yeah, then he talked about he's better than 75% of the
NFL guys.
NFL.
All right, that's a little extreme.
Maybe. I guess we're going to see.
Right.
We're going to see. And we went over the quarterback sizes last time, and so Caleb's kind of at the very bottom of the typical quarterback. He's trying to talk about comparing him to Mahomes, Kansas City, or he's part Josh Allen because of Josh Allen run. This is countered. Watch it yourself.
Yeah, that's what
okay.
he's saying.
Just over there. Just
Now, I'm just gonna say it again. I'm gonna get slammed by two fan bases. Mahomes is not the best quarterback in the NFL. Okay, he's
Gary is his name.
His name's Gary.
he is fantastic with Andy Reid and Kelsey and the system that he's playing in. But go look at
That's what I
Mahomes'
just asked you about Williams,
yards
too.
after catch. Well, I don't have the stats in front of me, but the yak yards that he gets, it's unbelievable. he doesn't throw down.
He dumps it off to like a running back.
Dude runs 70.
Goes 48 yards, and they're like, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not saying like he's not good, but he was blessed from heaven to be in Andy Reid's system because he's a gimmick. They're partly NFL stuff and college stuff, and it just works.
Okay.
But let me just go to Caleb.
Now who else are you going to piss off?
Caleb Williams in
USC
the
fan.
NFL.
Imagine if you're a Kansas City fan
They're hating my guts.
and a USC fan.
But you got to realize I'm a Raiders fan, so there's a little bit of...
But you're still
A
listening.
little bit of
so-
bias.
So Caleb and all the USC fans are going to come at me. He could end up being fantastic. And Cowturd talked about him running and stuff like that and comparing him to other guys. All I'm saying is, if he's going to run in the NFL, he won't have a career. If he uses,
get hurt.
if he can get away from,
He'll pull that hamstring again.
that hamstring might blow.
The same joke.
But
That's good. That's good.
if he can be elusive and make plays, okay. But if his size in the NFL, his size are bigger and faster. So he can't run, you won't survive. That's with any QB. And you can't be throwing up prayers in the NFL. Because when he played Utah a few times, and the very thing you said, those couple of times, he scrambled and threw up some long balls that just floated out there wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Yeah.
And some other games
There's
it was
no
the same
RJ
way.
Hubert playing in the NFL.
Yeah, there is no corners,
I love RJ Hubert.
Bash on RJ.
I'm just saying.
no safeties like that.
I watched the highlights and I
I
went,
know.
He's going to have to stand in there and play like
a regular
an NFL quarterback. If he can do it, he's going to be fantastic.
Great, good for him.
There you go. You can hate my guts.
And
Come
again,
at me.
I think he's incredible, and I would take
I
him on
agree,
my
man.
NFL team. Like
I'd take him.
that.
But he has an ego. Cowturd. You can't
Counter.
say that he
All right,
doesn't.
we've said
That's
enough
the
of
part
that.
that bugs
I've said
me the
so much
most.
crap now.
Right,
I'm not going to say that he's not absolutely incredible. I mean, I've seen him in person twice, and both times I went, that guy's unbelievably talented.
But he's got a
please-
big
look,
fat
if
ego.
If the Raiders took him, I'd be over the moon. But
That would
you're-
just be karma for all of us, and then we'd have to gush all over him.
Okay. Here I'm going on record. I'm going on record. SC fans. Now that I've said all that and you're freaking effing at us and all that kind of stuff.
hit record.
If USC somehow gets to the college football playoff
Okay.
and they play an SEC team,
Okay.
I'm cheering for USC.
Oh, I was going to say blowout, but
No, I'm cheering for USC over the SEC.
Ooh.
it depends on the SEC.
No
school.
way, dude. I'm cheering for them. No way.
Look, if it's
Here's why.
Alabama,
Can I-
USC.
No. Here's why. I've had some SEC fans come at us. Brendan, with vigor, that's his word, vigor, and some other SEC fans. You know what?
I can't.
No, man.
Wow.
I can't
If
make that
USC
commitment
play
right
any
now.
SEC team, I'm all in for USC.
This year, yes. You know what? This year, while they're in the Pac-12, because if USC happened to win, Utah would get Pac-12 money. Or national championship money.
I don't care about that.
Yes, you do.
Nah, it
What do you
doesn't
think?
affect my life. The season ticket prices just still go up, so it's not like it helps us out at all. I can't.
I don't
make
know
that
if I can
commitment.
make that
I can't make that.
Gutless?
Right
You guys
now.
are gutless.
goal.
Yeah,
Well, I
we'll
would
be
say-
singing a different tune.
No,
come
okay, I'll say that with
December.
any Pac-12 team.
Any Pac-12 team, yes.
I'll be
other
cheering,
than USC.
including USC.
Other than USC, I'll
No.
make that. I can't.
Come on, man.
No.
Oh
Don't come
my
on, man,
gosh,
me.
These
Come on, man.
These hypotheticals are just too much. I
Fine.
can't.
They're gonna go 8-4, so it's not gonna matter anyway.
See ya. What happened?
But yes, if
Okay,
you
can
if
we go back
if,
to talking Utah,
yes,
please?
if you need a good mood
talking
boost, is what I'm saying. Is just go back and watch the highlights
It
of the
was-
2 USC games, and man, it makes your day better.
I had literal chills. I'm not
Yeah.
exaggerating.
Yeah, it was great.
It was the
I did it
roller
last
coaster of
week.
emotions. It was incredible.
I got to do it. I haven't done it
You
for a
got
while.
to do it, and watching that, you go, oh, we made a lot of mistakes in
Yeah.
those games. Utah did, and our defense
Oh.
made a lot of mistakes, and I just think they're going to be better this
But
year.
they also, the defense made a lot of
D.
mistakes, but man, they made some big plays.
they
I'd
did.
forgotten there was a play where Dixon fumbled
Yeah.
in the Pac-12 championship game. And if they had scored on that, it would have been, I think, 28-3 or something. And you're just going,
Fumbled twice in the championship.
Is that the one then they ended up going
Yep.
on fourth down
They
and
got
didn't
all
make it?
arrogant and didn't get it, and then tides turned.
Oh,
See,
good call, Lincoln.
Go back.
And then when Cam just started dialing it, baby.
Lincoln, the grill master.
Okay, in his
Dude,
defense,
you got to stop with the food pictures.
that second one was tuna.
I
So
understand.
it's supposed to look like that.
It
Red.
still didn't look great.
I bet it was pretty good.
It had to be pretty good.
I bet it was good. He didn't cook that. Come on.
Stick to football.
The guy has, I guarantee he has a chef.
Yeah, for sure.
The guy's making like $14 million a year.
no kidding.
Give me a break.
I would have a chef.
Oh, that's the first thing I would do. If I was a millionaire,
Yeah.
a personal chef, first thing on the
Personal
list.
trainer.
No, chef before trainer.
Yeah. You
All
were
right,
saying
hey,
chef, so
hey,
then you picked
I
trainer
saw this
too.
on Ducks Wire. In other words, this is an Oregon.
Do you just scan the web?
No, someone posted this on our Facebook.
This came. This came
So
up.
it's thank you to our Facebook group people because you
So
give
this
us content.
is Ducks.
Yeah,
Oregon Ducks
Oregon
fan.
Ducks.
Or writer or whatever. It's on Ducks Wire.
a good name.
And the title was, which teams have the highest and lowest national approval ratings in the Pac-12? In other words, what teams are liked and not liked? That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Okay? And if I can go to, what's the bottoms? Okay, so now how does the average college football fan feel about the 12 schools in the Pac-12 on a general basis? Obviously, it will differ for each individual, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he comes to his conclusion. Tier 5, Utah Utes generally well-liked.
We should be.
We are, see?
We're wonderful people.
We are well-liked. That's his conclusion. Boom.
So suck it.
See, Oregon.
It's a lot of it is Kyle Whittingham, and they mention that in this article, which I don't disagree with.
Hey,
I ran into him in person.
I know.
what happened here? I'm locked up.
His computer froze. I'll tell the story, by the way, while he's trying to figure it out. I was coming back, as mentioned, from Houston, coming across, and there is a 1,000 people at the Salt Lake City airport lift line at 11 o'clock at night on a Monday.
so
It was
weird.
ridiculous. So I'm trying to weave my way through, and as I come up behind someone of beautiful, flowy gray,
lovely hair.
I went, that kind of looks like Coach Witt. And then as I come around the corner, sure enough, Coach Witt standing there with his beautiful wife Jamie. And so I said, I didn't want to bug him. You don't want to bug him. So I started talking to his wife first.
So you bug her.
I
That's
bugged
fine.
her. Where are you coming from? They were just coming back from Hawaii, family trip, all that sort of stuff. But it was the day that we landed our 4-star wide receiver, which is a big get. And I said, I don't want to talk football with you. I know you get all the time. I saw we landed this 4-star receiver kid, and he just goes, yeah, we're really excited about this kid.
We need receivers.
I confirmed with him in person that he mows his own lawn. In person, it came up, and he's like, of course I mow my own lawn. Why wouldn't I? He was kind of offended that anyone would think otherwise.
That was me.
As you recall,
I thought that he probably didn't.
Yeah,
but you both said he
was
did.
offended.
Oh shoot!
And it's a push mower. It's not a riding lawn mower.
is
push
that
mower.
push?
It's push.
Ooh, that's even more
He
impressive.
said, he goes, my yard's the size of a postage stamp. So why would I get a riding? And he's a Lyft guy, not an Uber guy. So there you go.
And I'll just say, I don't know if we said this before, but we do have proof.
We do.
We have a photo in our
Don't worry how we got it.
possession that he does mow his own lawn. It has been verified.
So we have photographic evidence, and we have it
In
straight from
person.
him.
And
that
straight
yes,
from him.
Yes, he does. All right, keep
I'm
going.
going to scan. I'm not going to say the rest
Also,
of the
his
schools.
calves on
I'm going. So Utah is well liked.
Unbelievable. I don't know how
just
he
like-
does it.
I'm going to the end of the article.
to touch him. I should have.
Excuse me, Kyle. Can
Dude,
I
can I
just
just
touch your calves?
Are you talking about, you guys are so pathetic.
I would pay you money
No,
to do that.
no.
Someone give us super thanks on YouTube to pay James to ask
Okay.
Kyle Whittingham if he can touch his
They're
calves.
glorious. If you've never seen them in person, it's just like mesmerizing.
Okay, so in this guy's article, we're coming back.
Okay. Bring us back to it.
His own team, Oregon Ducks.
So they've got 5 tiers. Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So
going to
this
say
is
the Ducks are a tier 2.
They're tier 2, in between adoration and annoyance.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I feel like me myself, I go through that with Oregon. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I can't
I'm with
stand
that.
them, and sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, I like
It
Oregon.
depends on who they're playing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it depends who they're playing, how good
It's the
their
same
record
with
is.
Washington. He gives the same.
No,
No,
I
Washington's
love
like
Washington.
a 3 or 4. They're
Actually, with a bunch of them. But then we come
Well,
down
it's an
to.
Oregon site though, so of course they're going to put Washington.
that's true. That's a decent rivalry.
So the
there.
tier 1. There's only one in tier 1.
Washington
Ooh,
State.
Who could it be? I wonder.
Where'd it go?
Well, you don't need it. We know who it is.
Yeah, but I forget. What did it?
Down. Keep going. There you go.
Put your sunglasses
Tier
on.
1. This isn't us. I'm just reporting the news
From Duckwire.
from Duckwire. USC Trojans, completely and utterly despised.
Accurate.
I love that. That's a great
Okay.
quote. Duckwire. Approved.
Accurate.
Okay, we're coming to the end here. Two things. I heard this the other day, and I'm going to give props where props are due. I hadn't thought about this. But who I was watching, they were talking about the Big Ten, SEC, and stuff like that. And it got on the topic of the pandemic era. And the guy made the comment that the SEC saved college football, certainly in that year
Yeah.
and going forward, because the SEC said, we're playing football.
We're playing football.
Yep.
And I go, I have to give props to that.
It's a great point.
They did. They said, hey, we're playing. Now, if you recall,
freaking
Trevor Lawrence
Pac-12.
said, I want to play. Justin Fields, he goes, I want to play. And the SEC said, we're going to play football. And so what happens, Big Ten, everybody
It
else,
pushed everybody. Except
even
for
the Pac-12
kind of
reluctantly.
came along.
And-
but you're right. That's a good point.
They actually did save I think college football in a lot of ways, but you know what? It's really an example as to how big football is in the SEC,
Oh, it's a religion.
and it's all about football. And those schools play football to win. They really want to win. When you compare it to the mentality of the Pac-12, at least at the time, is we're not going to play. And they only got forced to it. And the SEC said, heck with it, we're playing.
Well, they got forced to it because
of the SEC.
Exactly, but
exactly.
And you want to know why they're so
It is.
good?
Everyone followed suit.
It's this
after that.
mentality. It's like,
Yeah.
So from a lot of schools, I guarantee if you were to think of like Georgia, Alabama, whoever, the top schools, they'll go to their administration of their schools and say, don't do anything stupid that would taint our football program.
Football is first,
That's a fact, man.
and then family is after that. I mean, it's like football and then my children. I mean, coworker of mine, good friend, he's from Tennessee, and he's just telling me. I mean, it's like Wednesday comes, and it's all right. We're tailgating from
man.
Wednesday night to Saturday, and they're playing Appalachian State Technical College. I mean, they're not playing a team that anyone's ever heard of, and they are tailgating from Wednesday through the game. And the city shuts down.
Well, it's true. And we bash on the SEC about certain things, but honestly, they are football. When you want to go to a big time football game, you go to an SEC game.
Hey,
That's
what
even
we gotta
better,
reach.
you bring the SEC here.
yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Bag everybody else.
Full circle. Boom. Woohoo! Wrap it up, baby.
Okay, just one question. This came to mind. This is ask yourself this question. So
Okay.
it was, I could do this as a reel, but I'm going to do it right now.
Okay. You could
Or
do
a
both.
short. I'm gonna
we
do
could do
both.
both.
So it's the 4th of July, and I'm looking out my front window, and the guy across the street was out, and he's from Cyprus, which is Greek. Okay, the gentleman is from Cyprus. He's a cool guy.
Oh, not like the pirate Cyprus.
No,
high school.
not
Okay.
no Cyprus,
Cyprus
the country,
pirates.
the island.
Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't find it on a map.
And he's with his family. He's walking up the street, and he's in shorts, sort of shorts. They were European cut swimming suit.
Okay.
Just walking in the street?
Just walking up the sidewalk with his family.
Okay, what's the question?
Okay.
So the question is
Okay.
to anybody, James, and would you wear the European cut swimming suit
A Euro suit.
No.
or a Speedo?
If you had to.
And do you
No,
want?
if you had to choose between one.
No, they're both. I'm saying they're essentially the same.
No, they're not. If you had to choose
No, I
wear
mean-
one, which would you wear?
I'm bringing them together. If you would have seen what he had on, there may be a slight difference. Fine. I'm just saying, would you wear it? And would you want? Do you like them? And women who do watch, do you like? I mean, honestly, the
I'll say
Speedo
this.
European cut.
I did a triathlon.
And what dudes are going to wear those?
And I didn't do the Speedo. Couldn't do that. But it was a brief little tight. And it wasn't terrible. I didn't hate
Here's
it.
what I'm going to say to all you ladies. All you have to think about is
Remember, I was in the pool.
is Daniel Craig in his first James Bond movie.
Okay.
He gets out of the water in the Euro suit. So absolutely, I want to see a dude that looks like that wearing a Euro suit.
So
You're a pervert.
Hey,
for Daniel Craig, I'm a pervert.
hey.
I'll tell you what. You give me $1,000.
$1,000.
Give me $1,000. I'll put a Speedo on and walk at Cottonwood
Hey,
Rec Center across the pool.
YouTube. Let's
$1,000.
Let's raise some money. It's not going to be $1,000. How about $100?
No, I'm saying $1,000. That's the only way it
I'll go to
happens.
Cottonwood Rec naked.
Hit
for
our
$1,000.
hit our super things button and let's get Gary in a Speedo.
No. I don't need that image
in his
my
cool
life.
guy sunglasses.
So what I'll do, I'll have my Speedo on and my shades.
Just know something, YouTube. If you're watching on, just know something. That's not a T-shirt. That's his skin color. So
give me a break. Look at this dude. You can see through that guy.
if you want to see that in a Euro suit, drop a super
Oh
thanks.
my gosh. Yeah, I want to. Well, yeah.
I'll do it.
Let's do it.
I'll wear one. You buy it, I'll wear it. I'm very
All right,
confident in
we
my
talk
body.
about everything in this seat. We from the hip.
Shoot from the
Right
hip.
from this. We shoot from the hip.
But here's
well
the problem.
informed.
We shoot from the hip, but it was all written down. That was a question.
No, that's the point.
No, you have to. Okay.
It's
you
an
have
outline.
to follow an outline. My gosh. All right.
Freaking-
Go Utes. Give us a comment. Follow the shorts.
Subscribe. Come on.
Get on
Utes.
Instagram.
Florida's coming up
6 weeks.
Oh my.
before we take them out. Brendan.
Brandon, my hero.
Brendan, are you coming to the game?
Yeah, he is.
Sweet.
Tailgate, baby.